It's been quite the roller coaster these past 2 weeks with Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn as his challenge, the challenge to him being on the ballot in North Carolina, was thrown out because of the new redistricting maps that were approved in North Carolina. And then the group that filed the election challenge found new people in his new district to join in on the lawsuit. And then, of course, this past Friday, the entire thing may have been given its final nail in its coffin. A Trump-appointed judge decided this past week that the challenge could no longer go forward. They granted Madison Cawthorn's motion for an immediate injunction in the case. Again, this was a Trump-appointed judge by the name of Richard Myers. He is a member of the Federalist Society. He is a member of the NRA. And of course, he sided with Madison Cawthorn, whose argument was, hey, after the Civil War, they passed a law letting, former Confederate soldiers run for office, so I should be protected too, because you're not denying, actually, by claiming that defense that you engaged in an insurrection. You're arguing that it is, in fact, okay that you engaged in the insurrection. But what's really disturbing is what the judge said in the ruling. Here it is. We are at a moment in which interest in free and fair elections is at its peak. Reports also say that he felt too responsible for protecting, quote, the soapbox, the ballot box, and the jury box. And when those fail, that's when people proceed to the ammunition box. You okay, Judge? Because that, to me, also sounds a little bit insurrection-y. Do we need to have an investigation into you? You can't just go out there and say, like, hey, listen, when things are up against the wall here, when times are tough, yeah, people are going to grab ammo and go do things. No, that's not what happens here in the United States. Well, it is what happens. It's not supposed to be what happens. It's legally not supposed to be what happens here in the United States. And also, how can you even have the audacity to claim that you're protecting the jury box when you just told the petitioners, the people in the district filing the election challenge, you don't get access to my court. I'm granting the injunction, it's over. Like, you're the one who denied these people the ballot box. And of course, by your own ruling here, that would suggest that they would have the right, or at least be somewhat justified, in grabbing boxes of ammunition. See, the whole thing makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but this is a Trump-appointed judge who wanted to protect this sniveling little weasel, Madison Cawthorn, who is, of course, one of the biggest Trump suck-ups out there. Now, the folks who filed the legal challenge, they have made it clear, we're going to appeal this. Right? This is not the end. We're going to make sure that at the very least the case gets heard. And right now, that's all we're asking for. Personally, I'd love to see Madison Cawthorn barred from the ballot, barred from ever holding office again, and I'd love to never have to think about him for the rest of my life. But at the very least, let the case be heard and go from there. To do anything else would be to deny these people access to the jury box, as the judge says, and we all know what he thinks comes after that. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for fresh content every single day of the week. Just smash that subscribe button, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video.